So I'm a cougar. My boyfriend is 10 years younger than me.
And how is his financial situation?
He's leaps and bounds ahead of me. Legit.
How aware is he of your financial situation? Because no way is that man gonna marry someone who's completely financially. He's not gonna allow it to go to the next step.
The tools to change your life have just been upgraded. Download my budgeting app, rebranded to DollarWise today, and start your free trial. Sign up for the annual version, and I'll send you my budget-friendly cookbook that can't be purchased anywhere else, and I'll personally sign it and mail it directly to you. Download the DollarWise budgeting app today and take advantage of your free trial.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I am 34 years old from Clarksville, Tennessee, and this is Financial Audit.
Thanks for coming down to Austin. What do you do for a living in Clarksville?
I am a medical laboratory scientist.
Okay. Sounds like that can make money. What are we making?
Yeah, averages out to about $39 an hour.
Okay. And it's always the people making good money
that
are doing worse.
Yep.
I've honestly heard interesting things like, this show's like poverty. It's interesting not because a lot of the people that come on the show make a great income above the median or at the median, but then they just fuck it up even more.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. This is full Caleb Springer, but we have fun with it. So what is that take-home pay on a monthly basis?
About $5,000.
Okay, $5,000 after taxes.
Yep.
Clarksville, Tennessee, is that a major city? So I know Nashville, I know.
It's becoming a major city, and I do work in Nashville.
How expensive? Oh, you work in Nashville.
Yeah.
How expensive is it? Because $60,000 net a year, this is not bad at all.
That's
this
not
is not
all
bad.
I make either.
Okay, what else are we making?
$22.40 on VA disability a month. So my take home is like $72 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
There has never been a veteran in the history of the show that does not have VA disability. So what'd you do? What was your service?
Army, 4 years.
Okay.
Long time ago.
What's your thoughts on that? Because it's every single time. And I'm not like saying like, don't let anyone get anything. But there is not literally one single person that has served in the military in the history of 3 years of this show. And we get like a few a month that does not get VA disability for the rest of their life forever. Yeah.
So anything that happens to you while you're serving, you can claim as a service-connected disability, as long as you can prove that it happened to you during time in service.
And now you have this for life.
Yep. They can rerate you.
Okay. So, well, I mean, $7,200.
Yeah.
Why are we struggling? Because that is not bad.
Because I suck.
That is not bad.
No, I spend money on bull. I spend a lot of money on things that I don't need. And yeah, that's why we're struggling. My rent is $2,000 a month. That's part of it.
Oh, that's part of it? I
mean,
mean,
but the rest is
no, it's under 30%. That's not killing you. Okay, well, that tells me then that you actually have no idea what's going on, which is, I guess, why this show exists. Because, like, your rent, that's chunky. 28% of your net, not even your gross. Net, that is chunky. It's not make or break your life. That is where a lot of people sit. Many people go higher. You shouldn't, but sometimes you have to. So in your mind, or just in general, what we're talking about, what is going on? What are we talking about today?
So I'm a cougar. My boyfriend is 10 years younger than me, and I would like to, live our happily ever after, live my dream life.
34, so he's 24?
Yeah.
Okay, Twitter will call you a predator. That's okay.
That's disrespectful.
Wow, how long have you guys been together? You said boyfriend?
Yeah.
So not married?
No.
How long have we been together?
Almost a year.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe we'll bring him on later in the show. Is he here?
He is.
Or does he call? Oh, okay.
No, he's
so
here.
He's physically here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He came. He loves you far more than I do. So.
Okay. What is it, a competition? What are we doing?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
So you want to live a happily ever life together. What are we in the world of proposal? Are we in the world of talking marriage? You guys even live together yet?
I am moving in with him in August. My lease is up in August, so.
Okay, that's a big step.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the timeline is acceptable. I feel like people move in together after like a year.
And how is his financial situation?
He's leaps and bounds ahead of me.
Okay.
He has no debt. Like, legit.
How aware is he of your financial situation? Of which he doesn't 100%.
He knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's not necessarily required to just a year in, not even, living with each other. But once you start getting into living with each other, it makes sense to learn a bit more because all of a sudden that person could kind of you if they're
for sure.
just Your finances are a mess.
Which is why we had that conversation. We had been together for like 6 months, and I was like, this is...
And what does he think about this chunky stack?
He was not happy.
When did he learn and what happened?
We were like, I don't know, about 6 months in, and I realized that it was going to be a serious relationship. I didn't know, I realized it was going to be like a long-term thing, and I was like, this is a conversation that needs to be had because we both have dreams and desires in life. And
how long have you been accumulating all this?
Since I was 18, probably. I mean, well, it was more back then, but current debt, about 2 years, honestly. I paid it all off.
You mean current debt?
Yeah.
You paid it all off?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
And we're back here? Why? What happened? That's what always happens.
Yeah.
And again, you have an incredible income. You have this disability that'll last forever. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay.
I made even more money. I made a lot more money. I was making like $130 a couple years ago.
Why aren't you now? What happened?
Because I was traveling. So it was like
Why aren't we doing more travel?
I don't want to do it anymore. And I know that's a want and a desire, but I'm not going to do it ever again. It took a lot of time away from my kids, and the stability was non-existent. So I'm not going to do that ever again.
Well, it's not like you have to travel, but again, if our income goes down and all these things, then we have to adjust our lifestyle. Why'd you pay off that 2 years ago, and why are we all of a sudden back to where we were?
Because I kept living like I was making $130,000 a year.
Why no adjustment? Do you budget? Have you ever budgeted? What are we doing?
I budget now, but I didn't then. I was like checking my bank account, like, do I have the money?
You budget
I do.
now?
Then I'm
okay. Then tell me exactly what was spent last month and what came in.
Oh God, what came in was like $10,500-ish.
Nope, but go ahead. What went out?
Oh, well, what went out was probably like $12,000. I don't know.
Listen, one, your number's a little wrong, but you're in the right ballpark.
Okay.
But two, if you budget and know you spent $2,000 more than you make, is that actually budget? What is that?
Overspending.
Literally last month, and this is great income, $10,124. I don't know why extra even came in, but you can answer that in a second. But went out was $11,469.
That's closer than I thought. Still not great, but that's closer.
First of all, where was the extra income coming in? And then why the are we spending so much more?
I closed out my TSP when I quit my last job.
So it wasn't even income.
No, it was like...
And then even with that extra, how the possibly? Why even? Do you even know how you got to spending so much more than you brought in? Even though it wasn't even income. First, so many questions. Okay, why'd you close that out? Why'd you close out the account?
Because I listened to another financial person.
What?
On the
Who?
internet.
Tell.
Well, I didn't listen to him tell. He didn't say
Who?
close.
What? When?
Dave Ramsey always says, like, don't put into retirement. I know. Don't freak out.
He doesn't say pull out from retirement and pay capital gains and early withdrawal penalties.
I didn't know. Okay, hang on.
You did not listen to David Ramsey.
No, not on that. That's what I'm saying. I stopped putting into my retirement because he says to. But I pulled it out because I didn't know that it would roll over, because it's a government, whatever you call it, retirement thing. I didn't think it would roll over. It probably would have, but I didn't.
Or just let it sit anyway.
I probably should have, but I didn't.
But the pullout was because you thought it would just go away?
I'm saying I took it out because I didn't think it would roll over, is what I thought. I didn't think I could bring it into the new job.
But even if you couldn't roll it over, why does that mean withdraw?
Oh, because I used it, obviously. I was going to use it to pay more.
No, even if it didn't roll over, why does that equal withdraw?
It doesn't.
So why did you?
Because I needed them. Well, I didn't need the money, but I used the money.
There you go. That's different. You were saying it's because you couldn't roll it over, which is bullshit.
Well, I didn't think it would.
No, it doesn't matter. Even if it would or wouldn't, it doesn't matter. You could just let it sit there.
Yeah, I could have. But I took it out because I used it. I wanted to use it.
That's the real answer. It took us like 3 minutes to get to the real answer.
Yeah.
It wasn't David. It wasn't because it wouldn't roll over. It's because you wanted to spend the money, and then yet you still spend $1,000 more than you actually even spent in that month.
Yeah, I did.
So your goals seem to be completely conflicting. If our idea and goal is to live happily ever after with our, pubescent boyfriend, then...
He's not pubescent. That's a stretch.
He is, and I'm just using internet brain. But if that's our goal, pulling from retirement, and even after pulling from retirement, blowing paying even more is not getting us to that goal.
Yeah.
So this is completely conflicting. So what is your actual goal? Where's your mind? Is it your light goal that's in the back of your head, yet you're not even pursuing it because you prefer actually blowing your money and it off into monsters and whatnot?
I didn't pay for this. Boyfriend paid for this. So.
Good boyfriend.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is. Even if he's pubescent. So, anyway, I went on vacation that month, honestly. That's why.
You pulled from retirement to go on vacation.
Yeah.
You pulled all future vacations to go on one vacation now.
Not all, because I'll maybe fix it. But I want to fix it.
No, okay, you want to fix it, yet you just did this. What are you talking about? Yeah, I could go stab someone in the throat on the street and be like, oh, I want to fix this wound. I still stabbed them. So what are you talking about? Want to fix it? Don't do it in the first place and you don't have anything to fix. What do you, that's not a thing.
If I could undo it in the first place, I would not be here.
This just happened.
Well, yeah. It did. Still,
this isn't something a year ago.
Right, but your point still stands. Whatever I did is done now, like you stabbing somebody in the throat. It's already done.
This just happened. I'm not going to absolutely tear you apart for a year, 2, 3 years ago. This literally just happened. Meaning you could do the same thing tomorrow with what other accounts you might have. Who even knows? Probably none.
But I don't want to anymore.
What has changed in a week?
I told you.
Now we've decided to commit to a little boy? Okay.
Tall.
He's a big man.
He is tall, actually.
Okay. What has changed?
I told you I want to get together because I don't want to.
What has changed?
Conversations have been had that are very important. Like we have talked about marriage, and we have similar goals of like.
And this just happened within a couple weeks.
In like a month, yeah. Conversations happen over time. Have you been in a relationship longer than 6 months?
I am right now.
Okay,
well, I
so
think we
you
just
have
had 6.
Okay, so you have different conversations as time goes on, correct?
Sure, of course.
Okay.
But so you're telling me it literally lined up perfectly, timeline, your multiverse, just like we had boom, we would draw, and then boom, immediately we have the conversation about marriage, and then boom, you come on the show.
No, because that money, the money that I spent on that vacation was to take him to meet my family. So we went to the Northeast. He met my family. And afterwards, when we came back, that's when the conversation was had.
Did he know you pulled for retirement to do that?
I don't think so, actually. I don't think I told him that I closed my TSP.
And his finances are good?
Yeah, they are. I told him that I'm in a load of debt. I didn't tell him like he knows what I spend my money
this is
on.
actually important to this conversation. Before we hop on his finances, I would rather him know and get his thoughts on it.
Okay.
Let's bring him in. What's a good Jeffrey?
Oh God. Ugh.
Jeffrey? Jeff's not your real name, is it? Good, Jeffrey. Scoot on in, buddy. We'll have a nice little conversation. Jeffrey, okay, welcome. So here's the thing. Here's the reality. And listen, I thought maybe we'd bring you in for the post show, but we'll bring you in for this moment right here, and then we'll get you off. But I know your finances are good. Here's the thing. I asked her what she wants to do and why she's here, what she wants to talk about. And she's a self-confessed cougar that wants to honestly get her together so that she can live her happily ever after with her young little twink. So the last part was an embellishment on my end, but either way, what?
Levels of disrespect are at an all-time high.
Of course. But what you don't know, and I know your finances are good, and what you don't know is that you went to meet your family, right?
Yes.
In the Northeast? Yeah. Okay. So we traveled from Tennessee to the Northeast to meet her family. So you guys could okay, great, you met the family. Oh, are we going to pursue this more long term? We're going to figure that out. How do we pay for the vacation? How does she pay for the vacation? I'll tell you. She literally pulled everything from her fucking retirement to pay for that trip.
Okay.
The girl that wants to marry you and live her entire life with you has pulled from her retirement in her mid-30s, her second best decade for compound growth. Luckily, she gets disability for the rest of her life, but what do you think, dude? Because she wants to do everything, and to meet her family, to take you to them, she's pulled from everything.
It's not ideal, certainly. We could have waited, maybe, but, I mean, it happened.
You're okay with her pulling from retirement? You're the one with good finances, she said.
No, I'm not really okay with it, but it happened.
It happened.
It happened.
But what would you have said leading up to it?
At that point, we hadn't yet.
Yeah.
I hadn't told him how bad my was.
Why? What has changed recently? What's going on?
We've gotten more involved since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly.
Also, even that month that she brought home more money because she pulled from her retirement, that's not even bringing home more money, she still spent over $1,000 more than actually came in. Your future forever potential mother of your children.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Thoughts?
Not good, certainly. I definitely don't want that in the future.
How do we fix that in the future? What is going to be potentially different here?
I don't know. We've had talks of
She's moving in with you.
finances.
She can't manage her finances. She spends way more than she makes. She's going to be splitting the bills. What happens if she can't make a bill due? Then all of a sudden that completely falls on you.
I mean, I would like to not have to.
Then what
but
are we
I'm
doing
okay.
to solve that and communicate and fix it and work on it? Because this is her most recent month.
Right.
It's miscellaneous bullshit alone was $1,400. Going out to eat was $1,500.
Okay, that's when we went.
That's $1,500. So $3,000 in bullshit at a minimum is because we went to the Northeast.
Well, yeah, we stayed
For
in
how
hotels.
long? For how long?
For a week.
A week is $3,000.
Yeah, we stayed in hotels. I had to feed everybody. Well, he paid for food mostly.
Then what the f*** are you talking about? What is she talking about?
I just
How do you
realized
deal
that I
with
didn't
this?
do
What do you
that.
do to fix this? What do you do to communicate? I mean, you seem soft-spoken. You like getting dominated by the cougar. I get it. Well, I'm just reading. I'm just reading how it lays.
No. Not how it is.
It's just we haven't really had the true conversation of finance. Like we talk about finances in the aspect of we want them to be good and green, but not really putting any plans together.
Which I appreciate, and you guys aren't married, and you're not. Well, we're not engaged or anything, so we don't necessarily need to yet. But we are moving in together, and that's where I would at least have the conversation because now her bills impact you much more.
Right.
As in rent, as in if she decides to go below $3,000 minimum on bullshit and she can't make her part of the rent due,
Yeah.
that falls on you. You've paid for dinners, you've gone on some trips, but you haven't lived together and seen someone destroy the household financially. And that is where she is.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let you go. We'll let you go, buddy. But I don't know. She's pretty self-destructive from at least what we can see, pulling from retirement. And we'll have the rest of this conversation with her, and we'll bring you back in for the post show.
All right.
All right, it's just us again. So we're going to jump into these finances. I just want to know, just so I have any kind of baseline here, what have you done, if anything, to even try?
I did buy the Master Your Money.
Our budgeting program.
Yeah. Like when
Okay.
it first came out, I didn't even know who you were yet.
How'd you find it?
I
It's
Googled
like a year
it.
and a
I
half ago.
Googled like things that could help me financially. And I found
SEO,
it.
let's go.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But how the f*** are you still in here? Because literally tens of thousands of people have changed their life, not even an ad.
Because I didn't use it.
Why would you spend money on something that is actually very beneficial? Don't get me wrong. Very beneficial, lots of quizzes, hours and hours of great education. But why do that without the committing? Because even still, you have a month where you can be like, hey, this isn't for me, please refund it. And we don't even ask questions.
I didn't even know
What
that.
the f***? Why? Why would you Why did you not take it? Because you still have it. So
I
even
do,
still,
yeah.
a year and a half and you haven't f***ing done anything? Why? Why'd you not take it in a year and a half?
I was busy.
Busy with what? How many hours a week do you work?
I have a fucked
How many
schedule.
hours a week do you
I
work?
work 40 hours a week.
F*** you.
I work
you.
8 days
You.
straight,
That
and I have
does-
30 hours.
8 days straight? Okay, that doesn't
Yes.
make sense. When do you that,
I work 8 on, 6 off, so I work like
so
over the
you're
split.
saying there's 6 days to take a class?
6 days to do my fucking laundry and my dishes
Takes you
and whatever else.
It takes you 6 days to do laundry and dishes? Are you broken?
I'm the only
Is this
like,
why you're on
adult.
disability? Because you're incapable of moving your limbs?
I'm the only adult in my house to take care of my house. So like I have
What's your f***ing house? You live alone, right?
I have kids.
Whoa!
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
That is different, but also you can still take the program just even while you're doing dishes for what it's worth and then pause for the quizzes, but
yeah,
whatever.
I probably should have, but
Yeah, you probably should have.
I didn't.
Your kids.
yes.
With him?
No.
Pre-kids.
Yes.
You were in the military. This
I
makes
was,
sense.
yeah.
Okay. Following all the stereotypes. Gotcha. What are the ages
Oh,
of...
f- you. Okay.
What?
I mean,
No.
you're not wrong.
Yeah,
No,
well, see-
you're not wrong.
Yeah,
Divorce,
fuck
bad
me.
credit, DD 214. I just did IT, okay?
You did IT?
I did IT, yeah. That was my job in the military.
And you were on this forever? Okay. Okay. It's okay. How old are your kids?
13 and 11.
Okay. Wow. Decently in that like middle school, high school range. So they're actually kind of, okay, they're not very young. Wow. So we've been single momming for a while? How long have we been single mom?
For like 7 years.
Jeez, what happened?
Their dad and I just did not work out, obviously. There's a lot of lack of communication and just like pre-existing issues. But we split up.
And you're not, are you full custody?
We do week on, week off.
Okay, then extra you could have taken the class.
Ever feel like your business finances are just vibes? Same. But it turns out vibes-based accounting isn't a strategy, and that's where today's sponsor, Relay, comes in. Relay is a business banking and money management platform that puts you in complete control of your cash flow. There's no hidden fees, no random account minimums, just real tools for real businesses. You can create up to 50 checking accounts to organize money for taxes, payroll, rent, whatever eats into your margins. And yes, you can issue up to 50 debit cards so your team isn't all fighting over the same one like gets a Netflix login. Need to automate savings or pay bills with approval rules? Relay does that too. And if you're scaling, their premium tiers unlock higher interest, lower payments, and priority support, aka less stress. Just sign up at relayfi.com/CalebHammer and fund your account with $100 to get a $100 bonus. So stop guessing and start banking smart with Relay. Let's get back to the episode.
No, I have them during my time off. Like, that's my time with them. So when I'm at work is when they're with their dad, because I work from
But it's still
noon
40
to
hours a week. So even if you're doing 40 hours a week, 6 days.
No, 8. What? Wait, what? What you just
You said 40
days.
hours a week.
Yeah, it's 40 hours a week over 8 days. It's 10-hour days.
Okay. There is still time.
Yeah, there is.
10 hours a day. That's one more hour than people work in their normal 9-hour shift. So you have time when you don't have kids. I'm poking holes to this because there just isn't, your logic is not sound.
No, I have to, no, I don't. I mean, I probably do have time.
You're excusing. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You know, should I do the 24 minus 10?
I drive.
24 minus 10, how much is left? 14!
And I drive an hour and 15 minutes one way to get to work.
-3, -8 for sleep, you have 3 hours left. You're okay. That is daily on the work days. And then even when you have your kids, you still have time because I bet they sleep, I bet they nap, I bet they go outside and play because they're
homeschooled, so they are always...
Why are they homeschooled? Stop. Why?
Because I don't even
have them the whole time, though. This has to be so complex for them and confusing. Just let them go to school.
No.
Let them have social interaction. Why?
Because I don't want them to. We don't.
Why?
Because the school system that they would be in is not great.
Aren't you moving? Can they go to a better school system?
No.
Charter schools, anything?
No.
Is there choices?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to keep them homeschooled. If they
and are you using that as a cope?
No.
The school system?
No.
I feel like there's a deeper underlying issue here.
No, because when we moved from Massachusetts to Tennessee like 2.5 years ago, and when we moved, my son is like on an IEP that the state of Tennessee was like, we're not going to honor this. We have to like redo his whole thing.
Okay, but you have another kid.
Yeah, my daughter was still in regular school for that year. And then last year...
Is it just worth your time and worth their social interaction?
They have friends.
Okay.
It's not like they're like...
Minecraft friends?
No. Well, I mean, most of my son's friends are on the video games, but they do have like real life friends. You said you have goons? He has goons.
What?
Right? Isn't that what you said the one time? That you goon with your friends on the internet?
On the internet?
Yeah.
No. No.
You said that one time.
I have friends here in Austin.
Yeah. And then, wait, how long ago was that episode, though? I don't know.
I don't know what you're referencing.
You said it one time, I promise.
I mean, yes, we still like to play video games here and there. Okay.
So anyway, regardless, the point is, they have friends in real life. They do.
Okay.
But now my daughter's homeschooled, too.
Okay. I mean, I think you just have bad time management. I don't know.
I have meal prepped in the past. I'm not going to say I haven't, but it is easier. Obviously, it's more convenient to, like, go through the drive-thru. Or go to Dollar General and buy a freezer meal.
You have almost a setup schedule that's perfect for meal prepping.
Kind of.
What do you mean?
Because okay, I will do my meals for 4 days because they don't hold forever in the fridge.
Yeah, and you still have time left over. We did this. I want her to draw something. Can I have the whiteboard?
Oh.
I want you to map out what a day in the life of you looks like. This is full Lauren and eventually Jeffrey. What they do together. Map out your day.
Time.
Give me what a day looks like, because this is bullshit. You have time, and you're using I walk away a bit. I work 4 hours a week. That you can't do anything.
I'm not saying I can't do anything.
So he homeschools, the ex-husband homeschools half the time. You homeschool half the time.
No, they are in a program that, like, it's just I don't know what you call it.
Stupid.
It's not stupid. They're learning.
Thank goodness, but
they're learning. What do you want? How do you want me to do this? What do you want me to do?
Map out a day.
I go to work. I leave for work at noon. What do you want me? Hang on, because my day is convoluted. My day is convoluted because
then map it out. Tell me what's happening.
That's what I'm telling you.
10 a.m. What?
Wait, that's not the right word. That's when I wake up.
Wake up earlier.
I don't want to. Because, okay, hang on. Let me ask you a question. When you get home from work, do you immediately take your ass to bed? No, you don't, right? Right. So when I get home at 1:30 in the morning, I'm not going to bed at 2.
Map out your day and we'll see the holes. Okay.
All right.
So 2 hours to get ready in the morning, I guess.
No,
2
I have
hours
to take a shower? Yeah.
Yeah, a 2-hour shower.
Okay. I didn't say I'm in the shower for 2 hours.
Well, we have 10 from noon. So this is 2 hours of who knows what
of life.
Of life that you're doing nothing productive.
Probably. No,
well, there you go.
That's not
Make
true.
food. Make the food for the day.
Sometimes I do. Not always.
Not always, because you spend $1,500 going out to eat.
I said not always. I beat you to it, so. I don't know when I go to bed, like 3 or 4.
What was that? What is that at 10:30? 10:30
Oh, that's
p.m.?
1:30. Sorry, that's 1:30 in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, 1:30 in the morning.
I write everything on like a 24-hour time.
That's fine. You're
bed-ish.
Worked a dangerous IT job. Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. I can tell. Listen, I'm not gonna do it because okay. You are f***ing with me, and I'm gonna
3 to 4 what?
That's about bed-ish.
So you have an hour and a half there, hour and a half to 2.5 hours. So yeah, I'm okay with waking up at 10, obviously, if we're going to bed at that time. But this shows that there is 2 hours here.
Yeah.
And 1.5 to 2.5 hours here to fucking meal prep, to budget, to go through the class, to do things that actually improve your life other than just sitting there and being lazy. When do you see Jeffrey? When do you guys actually date? Does he even know your age? Have you guys had enough time together to even be able to tell him how old you are?
You're right. He low-key thinks I'm 26.
How do you see each other?
No, we met at work. So not
Which
current
one?
work. I used to work on a military installation, and that's
He's
where
in
I met him.
military too?
He's in the military.
He's in?
Yeah.
Will he be on disability?
Probably. Listen, there are certain benefits you get awarded when you sign that dotted line and you strap up some combat boots, and that's what you get.
Sure, but it's disability. It's not permanent retirement. It is labeled disability.
Yeah, and
like I'm
get
good
it for
with
a reason.
I'm good with it if it's like, yeah, get the VA loan and all this stuff, but like that check I just wrote for taxes last week, and all of a sudden everyone in the world is on disability, not permanent retirement. If it is a permanent retirement plan, that we can talk about, and we can debate that in Congress. We can debate that as the public and the voting population. This is disability that you have to say, hey, I'm disabled. Please give me disability.
You have to prove it.
I know.
You can't just say, no.
But literally everyone is able to prove it, 100% of the people.
Yeah, but you get rated different. I don't know.
I know, and you're not full rated, but I get it. But this is like, all I'm saying.
Yeah, a lot of people do get it, but it's something that you earn. You don't just get it for all. You get it for something that you go through.
Disability is not. If it was a permanent retirement, if it was the whatever, it's a pointless thing. The fact that 100% of the people that have had it on the show and our deficit is what it is, I mean, it's 2% of the entire federal budget. It's chunky.
2%?
2% is chunky.
How's 2% chunky?
Cut 2% here, 2% there, 2% there, then boom, all of a sudden I don't have to pay as much as taxes and can hire more people and invest in my business.
Okay. Well,
and we can fund things that, whatever.
I'm bringing it all together again to just remind you guys, go to dollarwise.com. You can bundle all of our educational programs together, including all our future ones. Yeah, you get access to them and the premium version of our budgeting app for 80% off. We created this new program called DollarWise Central. It is your one source of truth for all of your financial education and all of your financial tools. I guarantee you this will change your life. It has changed tens of thousands of other people's lives. And right now it is 80% off at dollarwise.com. Click those links below.
It just shows that we do not care about spending anymore, do we? Where do you think your finances are? 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best.
0.5.
Okay. If you want to see where you assess on the score of finances, take the assessment at calebhammer.com. It's free. Just take the quiz and you'll find out where you are. And you can come on the show by going to calebhammer.com/apply. And don't forget, if you don't want to be like a guest on the show, download my budgeting app, which has been rebranded to DollarWise. Download that. Take the free trial, sign up for the annual version, and I'll send you our cookbook that cannot be purchased anywhere else. It's a budget-friendly cookbook, and I'll sign it, mail it directly to you, and join DollarWise Central, and you get the class that she took and all of our other classes just for one much lower cost instead of purchasing them individually. That also signs you up for the budgeting app as well. It's a program that makes it much more accessible to everyone so that everyone can sign up. Go to dollarwise.com for that. Okay, let us jump into Bank of America. Bank of America, where 2% of the spending goes to you. What's going on with this?
You see what's going on with it. What do you mean?
Tell me what the is going on. Come on. It's a podcast. People are watching. What is going on with this card?
Obviously, it's almost maxed.
Is it? I don't know. I'm going into this blind.
Okay, it's almost maxed. It's almost maxed.
Yeah, it's basically maxed out. Why?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Because I spend a lot of money on it. It's the easiest card for me to use, honestly. That's why I use it so much.
How so? What do you mean?
Well, it's actually the easiest to pay off. That's why I use it so much.
Which is why it's maxed out?
Yeah.
Which is why we only put, even though we spent $620 on it, we put $380 towards it. This is the easiest? What the fuck are we
it's the
talking
easiest
about?
to make the payment on because that's who I used for my debit account. So it's to transfer the money from my debit to that credit card is easy as hell.
Why? It's usually a button on an app.
Yeah, but it's easier through that because then I don't have to swipe to confirm.
What's easier?
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, so
I literally
one
just
more
transfer
thing?
from, yeah. That is.
So one more button and we're incapable of paying on a credit card?
I'm not saying I'm incapable, but.
So we our life on this card because it has a little less friction to pay off? Slightly?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's why I use that card so much, because it's the easiest one to pay off.
Why use the card regardless? If you are not able to pay it off and it is accruing interest and it's borderline maxed out, $108.40 of interest on a monthly basis, and you can't pay it off, why are we spending on it in general? Even if it is easy to make a payment on. No, not pay off, but make a payment on because it is one button instead of two. Why would we still put money on a card like this? That is fucking you. That is preventing you from getting to the goal that you laid out when we started this conversation.
Because I didn't have the money in my debit account.
Then why would we spend the money? Just because you get infinite money forever doesn't mean that you can just spend infinite money.
It's not infinite, obviously.
But honestly, there is a part of it. Let's just pretend okay, it's perfectly good. You should get that forever, whatever. And honestly, the majority probably do. I want to make that clear. But even still, let's just say, good. You get this? It's all chill. Mm-hmm. I think that actually hurts you because you know this money will come in no matter what. So why not just blow all our money? Because we're going to get this, even if we get laid off, we get our disability forever. And that gives you that cushion where you do not have to grind things out. You do not have to actually cut back on risks because you get this cushion forever. So even if you 100% deserve it or don't, it doesn't matter. That, I think, actually damages your mentality financially.
But that cushion, okay, you keep bringing up this cushion. That cushion is not enough to pay all of my life expenses. That cushion's not
all,
enough.
But it is more than anyone gets.
That cushion covers my rent and my electric.
And guess what?
It.
Other people, when they get laid off, they don't have something that covers their rent.
Well, they can join the military too.
No, they get something. No, it's not about whether you should or should not get it. We're beyond that part.
Okay.
I'm saying because you get this forever, other people, Lindsay, she's right here. If this business goes under, and pretend she doesn't have an emergency fund, she doesn't just have this automatic money that is coming in. So she has to prepare her life for a world where she would need to figure out how to pay rent. You don't have to. So because of that, you feel this, you are enabled to go and spend this money that you do not have because you do not have to worry about not being able to pay rent if you do lose your job.
Well,
does that not make sense?
No, it makes sense.
Then what? So then what? What is your possible thing you're going to say?
All I'm saying is, okay, so this card was also, you're going to yell at me even more now, because this card was paid off like 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, that's what you brought up towards the beginning. Okay, yeah.
That card was paid off because I made more money, and lifestyle inflation is a real thing.
Yeah,
and
your lifestyle inflation, I'm being told, is getting a tattoo a single month. Every month is a single tattoo, which is not cheap. When you have a demogorgon.
I do. It's dope.
It's expensive.
Say it for what it is, though. It's dope.
Yeah, it's you not setting money aside to be able to take care of yourself if you do get laid off.
I enjoy getting tattooed.
You enjoy spending money you don't have.
Therapeutic for me. I enjoy it.
Cool. There are things that are therapeutic to everyone. If you can't afford it, you don't get to do it. A daily massage would be therapeutic. It doesn't fit in the budget. I don't give a It's money. It's math.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
I'm still gonna get tattooed. I'm still gonna get
so you don't give so
No, I do.
No. To be clear, tattoo is more important than the future forever and after with little twink, right?
He's not gay.
You have to be gay to be a twink?
Isn't that what that means? Maybe I don't know what that word means.
It's a term in the gay world, you little homophobe. During Pride Month of all months.
I'm not homophobic.
Even
I don't know what the word means.
though your tattoos are very gay.
I'm old. Yeah, they're not fucking gay. They're dope. They're dope. My
She's
tattoos
being
are
homophobic
cool.
again. Ladies and gentlemen, cancel her.
I don't like you. My tattoos are cool. And I'm not gonna stop again. Because it is therapy. And I don't pay for therapy because of the VA.
Good. So, and that's a good benefit.
Yeah.
That's a benefit that makes sense.
Which is what my disability's for.
Listen.
You piss me off because you act like I don't deserve it.
I didn't say deserve. I'm calling out the system.
Well, the
But we're not going down this.
Okay.
We're not going into this rabbit hole. It's not specifically about you. It's about every single guest that's been on in 3 years. Okay. So I'm saying you are choosing tattoos over what you said was your goal at the beginning, which is your forever and ever with your boy.
Yes. I haven't been tattooed in a couple months.
Oh, wow. We laid off for 2 months. But you still said, I'm going to go get tattoos.
I am still going to get tattooed.
So you are preferring that because you cannot fit it in a budget. You are choosing that over your future with him. Because, again, they are conflicting.
But if I get my together, then I can't afford to still get tattooed.
But getting tattoos while doing that is not getting your together.
If it fits and I can afford to get a tattoo.
No, it doesn't because you should pay off debts.
Well, you don't have any. You don't know how much they cost.
Okay, how much did the demogorgon cost?
$180.
That should have gone towards debt.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But it's still okay. You don't like it when people say it, but
listen. You paid off debt 2 years ago and now you're in debt.
Yeah.
Do not pretend like you know what the you're talking about. You
I'm
don't.
not going to say I know what I'm talking about.
Then why are you trying to defend this? Because it's obviously incorrect.
Because it's $180.
$180 that should go towards debt. If $180 was okay, you wouldn't be in debt, but you're in debt. So you. Shut up. Okay. That is ridiculous. Listen, it's borderline maxed out. How long does this take to pay off if you only make your minimum payments and you do not make any purchases on it, which you're incapable of?
Probably like 26 years.
20 years.
That's cool.
He'll be 55 and he'll still be 30.
He's 10 years younger than me, Caleb, not 30
We're
years
getting
younger
Mission
than me.
Barbecue. We're getting KFC. They're Cracker Barrel, Holiday Inn Express, Patriots Dinner, Grand Prix.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of money on that. $425 in interest this year so far. So it's all bull.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. Max out our card that we can't pay off that is absolutely holding us back from our primary goal, which obviously is not our primary goal because we prefer fun over our boyfriend.
That's fun for my kids. That's all during that vacation.
Your kids. You want them to have a good...
No, not my kids. My kids are incredible.
Let me finish it. Your kids. Don't you want them to have a good father-in-law?
Well, then you should reword that. Rephrase.
No, that's how I speak.
That's dumb. You can't say your kids and then say...
them kids.
Oh, no, just because you don't have kids. Anyway, continue. What?
Yeah, but I am saying... your kids having this fun right now.
Yeah.
When we're obviously trying to prioritize having a father in the household, but you are delaying that because no way is that man gonna marry someone who's completely financially, he's not going to allow it to go to that next step. So the kids are moving in as well, obviously then?
Yeah.
If you aren't earning up to $5,000 every single year just for holding your investments, then honestly, why are you even still with your broker? Today's sponsor, Silo, is the world's first cashback investing platform. And if you deposit using my link, they'll boost your balance by 1% every single year for life, not a typo. Every year, forever. Let me break that down. I've got $100,000 in the S&P 500 VOO ETF with Silo. And that's a $1,000 bonus every single year, stacked on top of the average 9% market growth. And over time, instead of growing to $3.2 million like usual, with Silo bonuses, it grows to $3.8 million. That's an extra $600,000 just for parking my money smarter. $1,000 extra a year is a no-brainer for $10 a month. And here's the kicker. Silo makes switching easy. You can transfer your existing stocks and ETFs in just 4 business days. And if your old broker charges those pesky transfer fees, Silo covers those as well, but only until the end of this month. So if you want to earn up to $5,000 every single year, don't wait. Use my link, silomarkets.com/Caleb, to transfer your brokerage for free while you still can. I've taken advantage of this, and you should too. Let's get back to the video. You know, every single week, I sit down with people who want to start businesses, side hustles, or already did, and then forgot to set them up properly. And that's how personal finances turn into a disaster real quick. That's where Taylor Brands comes in. Taylor Brands isn't just about getting your LLC filed, which you absolutely need to keep your personal assets separate from your businesses. It's a full business builder that actually helps you succeed. When you sign up with Taylor Brands, you don't just get the paperwork. You get an entire dashboard with tools designed to keep your business one step ahead. They give you a free, personalized business plan so you're not just guessing your way through your first year. You even get access to a business coaching program, legal document templates, invoices, and full bookkeeping so your finances don't end up on my show in the first place. And whether you're launching your side hustle, freelancing, or finally starting that dream business, Taylor Brands makes sure you're actually ready for success. If you're serious about building something that lasts and avoiding a future financial audit, just search Taylor Business Builder to get started, or click the link in the description below and start setting your business up the right way. All right, let's get back to the episode. We need to prioritize that. We need to prioritize life instead of their Insta fun. And they are of the age where I want them to enjoy things and have memories. But listen, but it is your mistake that you went from debt-free 2 years ago, and now you're into debt. And no, it is not, thanks to David Ramsey.
No, it's not. But my kids, my ups are not my kids' fault. So my kids still deserve to have fun. However, they have to deal with the consequences of mother's ups. That's how it works when you're a parent.
No,
they can deal with the consequences.
You don't think they have to deal with the consequences of your actions?
They can deal with the consequences of their own actions when they
your
are
actions
adults.
radiate to other people. Who would have thought that your actions actually impact people outside of yourself? Who would have thought? Welcome to motherhood.
It's almost like I've been doing it for a while, I know.
Yeah, and f***ing it up.
I'm not f***ing up parenthood. I'm finances. Finances. Yeah.
And your finances impact them. When my parents were financially it impacted me. Doesn't mean they were bad parents, but that finances still impacted me. Their actions.
It doesn't impact them because they still get to do what they want.
On your credit cards, and then your credit cards are gonna get maxed out. You're gonna get things are gonna get pulled away. You're gonna get repoed. They're not gonna be able to take in places. When your credit cards are maxed out, you won't be able to afford to take them to the next things. Then they have all these nice things they're used to doing. Then they won't be able to do it. They won't be able to do the sports things. They won't be able to do the extra things. You won't be able to buy them the next Minecraft when that comes out, so that your kid can play with his Minecraft friends.
It's not Minecraft. It's my daughter's hair. And
guess what? When the credit card's maxed out, you won't be able to afford that because you already said you don't have enough money in your checking account. So you are f***ing her over. And you don't have a safety net. You've pulled from retirement. Your safety net just covers rent. Good luck affording food if the boyfriend doesn't want to be there anymore. You are putting them at risk. If you do not see this, this is incredibly dangerous.
They are not going to be at risk.
How? Just because you don't want it? Because it doesn't sound nice? That's not how this works.
No, because
the
my
world
bills
is not
get
fluff
paid
and rainbows and
first.
unicorns.
Bills and necessary expenses get paid
first. People don't pay bills sometimes. I had foreclosure notices on my house growing up because financial consequences have actual consequences. You could end up there. You don't know if he's going to stick around. You've only been dating for a year.
Even without him, I've been obviously paying all of my bills by myself.
Incorrect. You're 2 years into maxed out debt. You are not paying bills. You're going into debt, lady. That is not paying bills.
Going into debt to buy bull.
Can I have the whiteboard? I can't believe I have to draw this diagram, but apparently I'm dealing with a child. Should have sent you back to grade school outside of the military. Hey, lady, if this are your needs, okay, that's your needs, right? Do we agree? Sure. This is all your income. That's your needs. Actually, no, the full thing is your needs because you're taking care of it. We want to spend this much of our total income on BS. How do we do it? We put it on a credit card, meaning you're actually in order to afford this bullshit right here, you are delaying it and putting it over.
You're breaking the marker, Caleb. Calm down. Jesus Christ. Wait, push that thing.
Yeah. You are pushing it over. You are pushing it over to the credit card.
You're gross.
Sorry, Lindsay, I have broken your
Jesus Christ.
markets.
You already broke it. She said you broke it last week.
This is the second marker.
We need stronger markers.
I think if you just push the top piece down, it'll be okay.
Hush now.
Sorry.
No, because of your bullshit, you are essentially, in a mathematical way, putting your needs on a credit card as well. You're just choosing what is being put on credit cards and what's not. You cannot afford your life. You are not paying your bills. You are going further into that. You. The fact that you do not see these consequences of your actions, that you do not see the potential why I have anxiety around it, that you do not see what consequences you might face are going to put your kids in a dangerous spot, and it is not fair to them, and it is because of your motherhood. That is the reality.
Okay.
Quicksilver. Mm-hmm. What is going on, mother?
That one's also close to maxed out. I think the max on that one's 2,600, and it's at 21. So, also almost maxed.
$68 minimum monthly payment with a balance of $2,102.46. Yes, borderline maxed, close to it. You'll be there before you know it. You spent $1,040.46 on it with interest of $47.52 hitting 13 years to pay this one off if you don't purchase, and we know that you can't not do that. So, what are we doing? Oh, good. It's the important things in life. Whataburger, Creations By, Cookout, Westbrook's Coffee, Hotel.com, the Karate Resort, the Karate...
It's Kalahari.
That's not Kalahari.
Cartwright.
Cartwright.
Yeah.
Cartwright Resort twice, and then Hotel.com again. Or just f***ing around.
Why is it wait. Can I see it? Let me see it. No, seriously, let me see it because, okay.
Wait, you bought your kid a horse?
Yeah.
What? You bought your kid a horse?
Okay, this is two charges. Hang on. We can talk about the horse in a second. This is two charges because it's a resort hotel, but it's also like a.
I don't give a f***. It's all bullshit. There's not one necessity on there, and you bought your kid a fucking horse.
I bought her a horse for her birthday.
You don't. Your finances are. You're buying a horse.
Yeah.
You know
the horse doesn't live with us.
Which means it costs money to store somewhere.
Nope. She lives at my dad's house because my dad has
and
like
you don't
11
have to pay for
acres.
food. Your dad has chosen.
I pay for the food. I don't have to pay to board the horse.
And doctor appointments?
I have to pay for her to get shoed, and I have to pay for her dental. I don't know what to do with a horse's tooth. But
what are you doing? Why?
My daughter wanted a horse.
Yeah, and it's not even at her house.
No, but we see it.
How far away is father?
It's like 7 hours.
Oh!
But again, I have 6 days off. So I have off, and my kids are homeschooled, so we can go during my 6 days off.
Schooled. Yeah. Oh,
they are.
Sake.
Well, it's summer now, so it doesn't even matter.
I'm sure they're learning just as much.
That's a move. They do learn. Karma. Ew.
Yeah, ew. I agree. How much was the horse?
I paid like $1,000 for the horse.
Oh, yeah.
And when you get to my checking account,
the yearly maintenance is not cheap.
Yeah, when you get to my checking account, any Zelle transactions that you see are to my dad for the horse.
And it's 7 hours from you. You're buying a fucking horse for your kid. kid.
Yeah, she loves her horse. She named it. She gives it everything. I got her. Listen. If she didn't get it, I would have bought her something else that would have been probably just as expensive. Like
sympathy buying things because you won't let her go outside Monday through Friday.
They go outside. They ride their fucking bikes all day. They do school from like 9 to noon, and then they ride their bikes and do what they want.
9 to noon, quality education.
No,
ladies and gentlemen.
It's set up. When you go to regular school, you're in however many other bullshit classes. How's what?
How old's the horse?
Like 5.
They live to like 30, right?
Yeah, they live until they're like 26.
Great, what a commitment you've made.
Yeah,
this wasn't a one-off spoil. You're committed to this for a very long time.
Yeah, I am. But if listen,
could be 60,
I have to keep things even across the board because so if I buy my son something
for sake, what are you doing?
I bought him a PC for his birthday. I had to buy my daughter a horse. And Morgan Wallen tickets.
When was the last time your son has seen the sun?
He sees it every day. They ride their bikes all the time. They do. We live in at the end of a cul-de-sac.
I'm just a little concerned that he's homeschooled and just plays Minecraft all day with his friends.
He doesn't play Minecraft. He plays Rainbow Six and Apex and like that. And he wants the new GTA, which I'm not buying for him, but he wants it.
I'll fit it in the budget for him.
No, he earns his own money because they have Greenlight accounts.
I'll fit it in the budget for him.
They do chores. It's already, it's not in the budget because I don't have a budget.
I'll do a GTA budget.
No, he doesn't need a GTA budget. He does chores.
No, he has to shoot.
Listen to me. He does chores to earn his own money so that he can buy what he wants, like his skins or his games or whatever he wants.
Oh, he's going to be looking at all the skin in GTA. Let me tell you.
I'm sure he already does. He has a cell phone and he's 13. I'm not an idiot.
Oh, I had to make it gross.
What? You just wiped your nasty coffee spit all over the paper and you're calling me gross?
Spit, lady.
Whatever the hell it was disgusting.
Wait, you want some?
No.
Want some coffee film?
No.
Calm down.
I'm going to go downstairs and get coffee when we're done. Don't worry, boyfriend will pay for it.
He better. With his disability. $234 in interest charges this year so far.
Get it together.
I mean, allowance can be good. I like that. I'm vibing they're working with it, but how much are they being paid?
They get $10 a week. They have to complete their chores.
Love it.
And mark it off.
I
and
vibe
then they
with
get
it.
$10 a week.
I vibe with it. How much was this computer you bought for him?
$650.
Okay, so it sounds like you did not actually balance it out.
He gets other.
Does he get upgrades for the next 25 years while you pay for the house?
Well, he got DLC for Elden Ring, the last
You're
DLC
paying for the horse for 25 years. You're buying all his upgraded components for the next 25 years?
He gets other.
For the next 25 years?
No, when she turns 18, that horse is her problem. That's not my problem anymore.
Oh, what a gift. Here's an expensive thing that you have to deal with for the 51st.
She wanted it.
She's 11.
Yeah, that's going to be her problem.
She doesn't know what she wants at 18 from 18 to 35 when she has to pay thousands a year.
If she doesn't want to deal with it after that, then
we take out a gun?
She can sell it. People will still buy older horses. She's not going to be ancient.
So you're going to make her have to sell a horse because that's sad.
That's her own
That you are making her choose at 11.
No, at 18 when she's an adult.
No, 11 you are being here's a thing that you either have to sell something you love or spend thousands of dollars a year for the next 15 years of your life starting at 18. That is what you've given her.
Well, if I fix my
that's
then
like giving her a $5 gift card to Best Buy. You know you're just going in there and making them spend another $80 at minimum.
But if I get all of this taken care of, then I can still help her pay for the horse.
Yeah, so there you go. So now you're paying for it for the next 25 years.
Well, then I'll pay for it for the next 25 years.
And you're okay with that?
If I have to, then
What a joke.
You do what you have to do if you...
But you didn't have to do this, lady.
Yeah, I did. Okay, but I made the choice. The choice was made.
But the fact that you are just fully okay with it suggests to me that we will make as equally as a absolutely incredibly dumb decision later this year.
Probably not.
That's why we talk about what's happened recently, because judging based off of your responses, how you defended, how you feel about it, that just shows what's actually going to happen.
Okay.
Going forward, still, we have an Apple Card. What's going on with this?
That one's the easiest one to use, so it gets used all the time.
Are you f***ing stupid? You literally said that for the first card.
No, I said that one was the easiast one to pay off, the Bank of America one.
Classic Tennessee accent. Woof. We'll pay
I'm from the Northeast.
I paid off my credit card.
I didn't say I grew up in Tennessee. Okay.
About horse. My Apple Card. scared.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't say that one was the easiest one to use. I said it was the easiest to pay off. This one is the easiest to use.
$2,221.88.
God damn.
Minimum monthly payment
Can't
of
even speak in
$71. Oh, maybe if you speak like a proper American, we can talk.
Okay, well, I can't help where I was born.
So, this one's the easiest, so you must be spending like crazy. Oh, we do. It's just like bullshit on the last 2 cards. This is the 3rd card, which is also continuous bullshit.
Yep.
Apple, scooters, Apple, Dutch Bros, Apple, Starbucks, nothing but cake.
That's for my son's birthday.
I don't give a f***.
He needs
Happy
a birthday cake.
birthday. You're 13.
He needs a birthday cake.
Go out and mow the lawn, you little...
He's not.
Apple. Mythical Society.
Yeah.
Guarantee you it's not as good as our YouTube membership.
It might not be.
It's
but
not.
I love Rhett and Link.
I do too, but...
And my kids watch them too.
Well, yeah, they shouldn't watch me.
Yeah, exactly. They do though. You bleep it out, so it's fine.
It's true. But I'll leave this one in specifically for them. Cunt. Don't bleep it.
You might get demonetized.
No, not this far in. Pull out your phone.
What do you want?
I want you to open your phone.
Okay, to what?
For me to snoop around. 26.24% interest rate with $190 of interest this year so far. I'm not looking at naughty things. You'll be fine. Oh, we have lots of little Apple purchases in there, so I got to see what we got. We have Every Dollar Plus. That's fine. As long as you're using a budgeting app. I, of course, prefer DollarWise, the one we made.
I don't like it. I don't like that app.
When's the last time you used it?
I use it, at the end of the month when I, did all my budgeting from, well, not all
Which
my
app don't you like?
Every Dollar.
Every Dollar?
Yeah, it doesn't connect to all accounts, number 1.
Ours does now.
Number 2, it's very convoluted.
Ours isn't.
With it will sometimes think that things are expenses that aren't. If you make a payment on a credit card, it counts it as the
and
dollar going up.
that's why we've implemented expenditure rules where you can go in there and say this is not actually spending, this is putting money to a credit
That's
card.
what it does
We
on
fixed
there.
that. We actually do that.
Yeah, so I have to change it. If it's a credit card payment, I have to change it from thinking it's income.
So
or
we have
whatever.
Every Dollar Plus. Yeah, you get ours for free forever now. So you can just cancel that. And you Google Photos, Happy Scale.
Yeah, that's to monitor my weight.
You need to spend money on that?
Well, is that I pay the premium so that I can keep track of
Your Fitness Pal is free.
But that keeps
MyFitnessPal.
I don't know if MyFitnessPal does the same thing. That keeps track of over time.
It does.
Whatever. Well,
Yeah,
that's why
it
I
does.
pay for it.
But you don't have to pay for MyFitnessPal.
Okay. Well, then
Not
I'll
a
do
sponsor.
that. Then I'll do that.
Okay.
I
And then
didn't know that was a
iCloud
thing.
Plus. And we had What Colors Premium, I Am Daily Affirmations. All right, calm down.
That's for my kid. That's
LinkedIn.
my daughter's phone.
Huh?
That my kids have subscription. The fancy
Your
widget
son's applying
things.
to LinkedIn.
Oh no, the LinkedIn was mine, obviously.
EMT subscription, MyFitnessPal, there it is.
That was from a long time ago, though.
Snapchat, you had Snapchat Plus. I'm glad you canceled that. Lose It Premium, really trying every app we can get, huh?
How old is that, though?
Yeah, at the end of last year. And then Trap Call, reveal no caller ID.
Yes, because somebody was calling me and telling me, saying disgusting things to me. So
Why?
they were calling me on a no caller ID, so I downloaded that so that it would show me the phone number that they were calling
What
from.
were they saying?
Gross.
Well, like what kind?
A man was calling me and saying we use all the time and and I was like, who the is this? I don't even know who you are. And he was like, enjoy the herpes, and hung up the phone.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's weird.
So I wanted to know
Did you
who
get a
it
test?
was. What?
A herpes test?
I get tested every year.
Why? You have one guy.
What do you mean? Well, yeah. What if he does something?
You guys open?
Plus, we
What?
have only been together for less than a year.
You don't trust that?
No. Hang on.
What
hang on,
if
hang
he
on,
would
hang on.
do something?
Listen.
Do you not
no,
trust that he wouldn't?
wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't do anything.
Isn't that the point of a
But we have
relationship?
also not been together we've only been together for a little bit
good.
under a year.
So
my last partner was
All
long
right.
distance.
She doesn't have herpes. I'm announcing it
Oh
here. My
God.
goodness.
Okay, you're being
Sake.
You're dramatic.
I'm just trying to move.
You asked a question, Caleb. I'm
I know,
answering
and then
it.
you rambled.
Well,
You bought
Welcome
a
to
dad
life.
mug and a baseball. Not
Yeah.
much on Amazon. Okay, but we do have 3 things in the cart. What do we have? Ben's Original Ready Rice Jasmine Flavored Edition. 3 of them.
yeah, I buy that
That's fine.
for work, for my lunches.
I wasn't... Calm down. I wasn't freaking out about it.
See?
Huh?
I do the right thing sometimes.
It's within the collection of everything else. Who knows? Who knows? Who absolutely knows? Okay. Oh, my... You have a credit one
Yeah.
card.
I don't use that.
That is the dog of cards.
I know. And I got that when my credit was like a 510. That was the only place that would approve me. I got approved through them and then the Capital One. What?
You have a late fee!
No, hang on.
Yes, you do.
Calm down. Okay, calm.
But you do.
I do, you're right. I didn't say that I didn't. Calm down. It's because so I called them to close that card, right? And they were like, we'll waive the fee for 6 months. So they waived the monthly fee for the 6 months. And then when it started back up, it was on auto pay, and then it wasn't on auto pay anymore.
What? That doesn't make sense. How can you be on and off auto pay at the same time?
No, I think because I stopped the auto pay.
Why'd you stop the auto pay?
I don't know, because it was I don't know. Because they said they weren't going to charge me.
Fee.
Yeah, I do. Because I didn't make the payment. I f***ed it up because I was on auto pay and then it wasn't.
Why didn't you close the account?
I tried to. Every time I try to call these people are like terrible.
Yeah, Credit One's horrible.
I know you hate them, but they are f***ing awful. Because I've tried to I've called them like 3 times to try to close that card, and they every time are like, we'll waive the fee for 6 months, and then I tell them, no, I still want to close the account, and they go, okay, we'll just up your limit. So now my limit's at like $700 instead of, but I don't have that card. Like that card got cut up like 6 years ago. I haven't seen that card in forever. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I've tried to close that account several times and they just bully you into like not closing it.
Well, don't let them bully you.
I try.
Stand up.
I suck.
Well, have the boyfriend hop on the mic. Listen, you're not a credit card person. You can't use credit cards.
I know.
For you, I'd use the Fizz card. It's a debit card that builds credit. It's pretty simple. I'll also get you connected if you ever want to get, resume beefing up with like a course career certification. And also, because you're a guest on the show, we'll get you into therapy with Sondermine, which I use and I recommend for the audience as well. So lots of things we can connect you with, okay?
Okay.
Amazon Chase card. Well, we just looked at the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't too much on that, but yet the balance is horrendous. Little bits of purchases. You paid a little more than your minimum monthly payment. Minimum monthly payment is $60. Takes 8 years to pay off if you don't purchase, but you did. And then $43.49 of interest accrued.
That's not a purchase. I mean, it technically is, but that's crime thing.
And the balance is $1,743.49, which is borderline, again, close to the max, just like all the other ones except for the credit one. No surprise. So what's happened? What's up with this card? Why is it still so high? $180 of interest accrued this year so far. We're at least $2,000 of interest this year.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
You ever have a brilliant idea for a video and then immediately you realize you have no idea how to actually make the video? Yeah, welcome to being a normal human being. And that is where in-video AI comes in. Literally all you need to do is tell it your idea. It can be anything on your mind. Like make a 1-minute video about the emotional roller coaster of checking your portfolio every 5 minutes.
At first, Emily checked her portfolio once a day, then every hour, soon every 5 minutes. Up 2%, she was a genius. Down 1%, she was ruined. Break even, existential crisis. Emily's mood was more volatile than the market itself.
Boom! InVideo does all the heavy lifting, spits out a full video draft in minutes. It's like having a film crew, editor, and animator who won't charge you $500 an hour or send you passive-aggressive revision emails. And here's where it gets even crazier. You want to change something? You don't have to learn timelines or editing software. You just type in a command like add my voice, make it funnier, or translate to French if you're feeling international. And it does it for you. And unlike other tools that make you learn their complicated systems, InVideo AI basically says, hey, you handle the ideas, we'll handle the rest. You're the director. They're the intern that actually knows what they're doing. And yeah, it can even clone your voice. So if you want all your videos narrated by you without recording 50 takes, it's easy. And you can try InVideo AI for free right now. Honestly, it's gonna save you hundreds of dollars on editing, animating, production, the whole nightmare. Let's get back to today's episode.
But you're gonna kill me. What I wanna do is...
You say that a lot.
I do, yeah, because I have problems. What I want to do is do a balance transfer. Don't
Why?
yell at me.
I'm going to yell at you.
Because it's 0%
Yeah,
interest.
but why would I say don't do it?
Because I'm not a credit card person.
No, why would I say don't do it? Try it again.
Oh, because you're not clearing out the debt. You get a false sense of like...
That's what David Ramsey would say, and he is
completing.
true on that, but why would I not say it? Come on, you watch the show.
I don't know why you would.
Why? You really?
Yeah.
Because you're just gonna rack this back up all the way again
that's
because
what I'm saying.
you haven't changed your behavior. I'm okay with you taking tools like debt consolidation. I mean, we have that. One of our partners is that for student loans, and I'm okay with that. And again, I'm okay with bankruptcy. I am okay with credit card balance transfers, but not until you change your behavior, or else you will just ramp up the debt again, and then you'll be in a worse position because then you have double the debt to pay off. And we've seen it happen with guests on this show. So you can do those, but not until you change your behavior. And still, last month, even though you brought in more money because you pulled out of your retirement, you still spent over $1,000 more that came in. So f*** you, you are not credit card transferring, consolidating, bankruptcying. No. And they're telling me you think this is the magic bullet to get things back on track? F*** you. Not until you prove you've changed your behavior through budgeting for at least 3 to 6 months. Maybe actually take the budgeting class this time.
So I will. So then at the 3 months, then I'll open up the.
If you prove it perfectly.
Yeah.
You have to actually make progress on proving that you're paying off debt and you're not spending money on bullshit in your budget.
Okay, so then in 3 months.
So if you come back on the follow-up channel in 3 months and you prove that, I will give you the green light. But if you come back on and I see you've been f***ing around, f*** you. Absolutely not, because you'll just do yourself damage.
Well,
what?
I'm probably going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
If the behavior will
great.
change.
Why not be like the median guest on the show that's paid off $10,000 in 10 months? Why not be like a better person? Why not improve your life for the sake of your kids and future husband? Why not prioritize just your fun self over actually improving your life? Why the
that's prioritizing not paying interest.
Shut up. 28.24%.
I'd rather not pay
Because
interest.
then you will just build up the debt again. I've seen it time and time again. You are not going to be a unique subject. You got to follow the system. Best egg? What's best egg?
A personal loan.
For fucking what?
From when I moved to Tennessee. Because, and you're real, see, this is why I say it all the time. I had a lot of money saved up, which was, I know, okay, a lot is not a lot, but I had like 15 grand saved up.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I didn't want to, which was dumb, but I didn't want to pull from my savings because I was afraid I wasn't going to put it back into the savings. So I took out a loan to get the U-Haul and move everything.
You're a lesbian?
What? No.
Keep going.
What the why was that a question?
Keep going.
That's the end of the sentence.
It's at a 17% interest rate.
I know.
That's insane to take out instead of keeping money in your savings. Because even at the best savings, you're getting like 5%.
I know. That's what my high yield at the time was at like 4.8 because that was when the rates were really high. But that's why I did it because I was afraid I wasn't going to put the money back into my savings account if I took it out of my savings. I had myself convinced.
So instead, years later, we pay a 17% loan. Great.
Yeah, that's what
I did. And this was to move?
Yeah.
17% interest. Minimum monthly payment, $190.41. Current balance, $3,371.41. When did you take this out? When was it?
2022.
Oh, what the 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And we're still paying it. It's not going to be paid off for years to come.
Probably.
What a joke.
It's probably like
That's
3 more
stupid.
years.
And now you don't have anything in savings, do you?
No, I have like $1,000.
So it didn't even work in the end, regardless.
No, because I used the money in my savings for my down payment on my car. Yep.
So there's a car loan in here?
Oh yeah. Oh. But I love my car, and I will never sell my car. So don't even suggest it.
A piece of metal with wheels. That's what we are damaging our entire life for.
I'm dead. I don't care. It's a Toyota. It'll go forever.
No, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Is that what One Main Financial is?
Nope.
What the possibly is this? Because this balance is insane.
Yeah, that's pre-computed, by the way. That's why the balance is so high, because it's pre-computed. That was a debt consolidation loan that I did not change my behavior for, that I'm paying.
So you're willing to do it again? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not willing to do it again.
What do you think a balance transfer is?
But I see how much this sucks.
You just said you're going to do a balance transfer again regardless.
Yeah, but I see how much this sucks. You're not listening to me.
What the f*** are you talking about?
You're not listening to me. This sucks to have to fucking pay this off and then still pay off all these credit cards. So I don't want to do that again. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to do a balance transfer regardless?
Because I don't want to do that again. That's what I'm telling you.
But then your balance on that credit card is going to go to zero and you're going to build it all the way back up again. It's going to be the same thing.
Why would I do it again when I see how much this sucks absolute
Because before, and just like everyone else that does this, you will do it again because that is your behavior and you do not change your behavior. If you don't change your behavior, that got you there, you're going to get there.
Like I said, if I change the behavior.
But you just
You're worse than my kids, dude.
Huh?
God, you like throw tantrums. Do you know that?
But at least I'm trying to achieve something positive where your kid just wants to go to Great Lodge or something.
We've never been there. That, I'm telling you, sucks, and I don't want to do this again. I don't want to have to pay this.
Don't want to, yet you will, because that's what everyone does.
Almost $600 a month.
You think you are a unique individual. You are not. You're just like any other human that exists on this planet.
I'm not saying I'm special.
And trust me, you're like every veteran that exists in the United States. So
this is my fucking point. If you take it down 17 notches, this is my point.
I don't do that.
This is my point. It sucks to have to pay a $600 a month payment on this fucking loan and still pay off all these credit cards.
That means nothing. That means nothing.
That's what my point is.
That means nothing.
Well, then it means nothing.
You know, it literally doesn't, because I've seen other people do this. You're going to be just like them if you think you're not unique.
And like I just said, if in 3 months it's different, then you can't talk and you can't yell at me for opening up a balance.
Yes, I agree. Transfer. I would love to have a positive follow-up with you.
All right.
Nothing indicates we'll have that so far, but people have proven me wrong before. We'll see if you do. But people have also given me positive hope, and then they've come on and they've gotten worse. So there's multiple things.
Well,
so balance $29,092. Minimum monthly payment, is that?
The minimum monthly payment's like $600.
Oh, it is that $290 times 2.
Yeah.
Because you pay it twice a month. It's $581.84 a month. That's insane.
Yeah, it's more than my car payment.
What's the interest rate on this guy?
Like 20-something percent.
24%.
Yeah, it's terrible.
What are we doing? And yet you blow all your money going out to eat and having fun instead of actually taking care of this. Because you talk about how bad this is and how much you regret this and how much you want this gone. Yeah, you don't put anything extra to it. All you do is spend $3,000 a month on bullshit.
What I've been putting extra to is my balance, because Snowball is the method that I think will work.
You spend when we talk about Snowball method, if we're talking about David and if we're talking about me, no one says go blow $3,000 a month on bull. And then spend money on your credit cards as well.
Okay, but I'm telling you what my extra goes to, because that's why I'm not paying extra towards this.
Extra? You spend more money than you make. What are you talking about? You don't have extra. You just move things around and you pretend like you do. No, you don't.
Okay.
Shut up.
You're right.
That is not true.
Okay.
What the is this? Student loans?
Yes.
Isn't that one of the benefits that you get?
Yeah, the government paid for like 3 degrees for me.
Oh, for sake, you're getting this many degrees and you're only
hang on a minute. I started with...
It's just a waste of time. It's opportunity cost for you.
It wasn't... This is a very, very long story that is super... But it's as short as possible.
2 minutes.
Yes. When I started going for my associate's degree, I told them I wanted to do something medical. They said, we have RN or OTA, and I chose to do RN. So if you do all the prereqs for RN, you end up with a general studies health science degree at the end. So during that time, I did a phlebotomy course so that I could get my foot in the door at a hospital.
I need a lobotomy after this one.
They don't do those anymore.
I know people.
When I became a phlebotomist, I realized I could not be a nurse because I can't deal with people for 12 hours a day.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn that.
I don't like people. So I realized I couldn't do that, and the phlebotomy...
I'm glad you homeschool these kids.
The phlebotomy professor was... My kids are very people-y. Anyway, the phlebotomy professor taught the lab science program, and she was like, hey, apply for the lab science program. So that's what I did. And I got the 2-year degree, which is an MLT, and then I went back for my 4-year degree, which is the MLS. That's how I wound up being an MLS. But they paid for both of the associate's degrees.
Are you paying on these?
Yeah.
Some of them are at 8%.
Only one of them.
Yeah,
one of them is at 8%.
The second largest.
Yeah, one of them's at 8%.
That's pretty chunky.
That is what I had, the remainder of what the government wouldn't pay for my degree.
$21,503.63. What's your minimum monthly?
$250.
Yeah, okay. So it sounds like you're on a traditional payment plan.
Yeah.
Good. I prefer that. Gets rid of them in just 10 years.
Yeah.
But that 8% one, I would try to attack that. Toyota.
That's the plan.
Okay. So here's a special little car that you goon over.
And I'm at 4.9, so that's a better interest rate.
Okay, yeah, it's better than what?
Well, I'm saying it's good. It's better
fine.
than what I've had.
It's fine.
Yeah, my first car was like 26%.
Well, that's you being a moron.
Yeah, because I didn't have credit. I had credit. That's
you
when
still
I got the
signed up
loan.
for it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so our balance is $20,210.31.
Mm-hmm.
The minimum monthly payment of $508.79.
Yep.
That's chunky. Mm-hmm. Did you really need this much car though? How much is it worth?
Like 26, 27.
28.
Yeah. Toyota holds their value.
You know what's good?
Don't tell me to sell it.
Sell it.
No.
Sell it.
No.
Sell it.
I have it over halfway paid off.
It doesn't matter. Listen, with the fact that we can wipe off $20,000 of debt and you can get basically a paid for car, you can get a paid for car with the equity position you have, basically the extra $1,000 saved up, and it will be a good car. It'll be a fine car that is comfortable, safe, reliable, that you get signed off by multiple mechanics. You're not willing to sacrifice anything. Come on, this is like the literal easiest sacrifice you can do, and you're not willing to do it. It's a car. Who gives a f? It's a car.
But
Who
this
cares?
car is also safe and reliable. The car I had
Yeah, and we will get you a
broke
safe and
down.
reliable car. Cars weren't all magically dangerous 5 years ago. We will get you a safe and reliable car.
I don't want to sell my car.
You don't want to? I don't want to do a lot of things that I need to do. I don't want to have this conversation, actually. But it's my job. So, I'm here.
Well, I'm not going to sell my car.
You're not willing to do anything. Then why the f am I talking to you?
I'm willing to do things, but I'm not sell my car.
No, this gets rid of borderline 30% of your debt. It gets rid of a minimum monthly payment. This is $508 on a monthly basis that can go towards paying off other debt quicker. This accelerates your process so much quicker. What the f are you talking about? Why the f am I entertaining my time with you instead of someone who's actually willing to do something? What a joke. That is going to piss me off, like, actually.
Because that car is going to hold its value.
That doesn't matter. This is talking about paying off your debt. You can have a $10,000 paid for car that we get approved by 2 mechanics that will last you years, reliable and safe for you and your family, that you will be able to take them around, and that you are able to then translate. That's going to be a paid for car. You're going to translate this $508.79. You're going to have lower car insurance because it's not on a fucking leveraged car. So that also helps.
My car insurance is cheap.
It's going to probably be even cheaper. And then you're going to roll these minimum monthly payments over into your credit cards that you'll pay off quicker. This minimum monthly payment pays off your Amazon card in 3 months alone. Just this minimum monthly payment. This accelerates the process immensely. Come on, you have to be willing to sacrifice. Come on.
I'm willing to sacrifice,
Listen,
but
lady,
I'm not.
No. I'm being so serious right now. I am being so serious. You know, I know we're f***ing with each other a little bit, and it's fun. We're having a good time. Okay, good. Listen. This, seriously, you can get this car, you can get a nicer car in a couple years again. This accelerates your process so dramatically, and it is so worth it. It is so worth it. It is a temporary sacrifice. You have to do this, please. Please, please. For you, I know, come on. I've been through the process. I've paid off debt. I've helped other people pay off the debt. We've done 3 years. We teach classes on this, okay? We've built programs. I've talked to experts. We've worked with experts. This is the clear path. The alternative, no one would suggest the alternative. Come on.
I will take a harder path to not get rid of my car. I'm not.
What a point. That's so pointless. That's so pointless.
No, I'm not. I have been paying on this car for 2.5 years.
It doesn't matter. Don't sunk cost it. It's not a sunk cost.
I only owed 19 something and it's worth 28.
Been on it for a few years. Why make that excuse if it's not a sunk cost?
It's gonna hold. Clearly, it's gonna hold its value. I owe less than 20 on it.
It will, but that's not what matters here. What matters here is paying off your debt, because your debt situation is scary and it puts your family in a risky position. And this is about your family, not you enjoying the seat that you're sitting on while you're driving somewhere.
That car is safe for my kids.
We're not gonna get a dangerous car. I'm not putting you in a fucking 1950s.
I'm not saying you're gonna put me in a.
Then why bring up that argument? Because argument.
I had a good car before this that broke down on me, like with my kids in the car.
I'm not going to get you in a car that is not signed off by multiple mechanics
Multiple
before
mechanics sign that one off too.
Exactly.
So.
Well, then, what?
My brother and my dad are both mechanics. They both agree.
There we go. No, we don't use family. We don't use family. You are using impartial sources.
Okay, you're right. That is correct. However,
there's always every argument you make. There's a hole in.
Though that car was still signed off by multiple people.
That were your family.
Or family friends, yes.
Also, still shouldn't be doing that.
There's look it up. There's a lawsuit against Kia. There was a lawsuit against Kia. It might have been settled by this point, but there was a lawsuit against Kia for their motors just blowing up. No, they gave me a new motor, but I was not willing to. I wasn't going to keep the car that just broke down with my kids in it when 2.5 hours from home.
Off. It's not about that. That doesn't mean you can't get another car again for the rest of your life. That isn't toy fucking Yoda.
That's why I got this car.
I just said it wasn't toy Yoda.
What do you mean? That was a Kia. I like this car. I'm not going to get rid of it.
You're a joke. That, prioritizing what you like, is bad finances. That is bad.
It's not just about likes. That car is safe, it's reliable.
I'm not getting you a non-safe, reliable car. You can't bring up that argument. We're not getting you a bad car. That is a false argument. That is a cope so that you can keep this car. You are lying to yourself, and you are putting this over the future of your family. That's disgusting.
Maybe we can revisit it, but at the moment, no. I'm not.
No,
willing
you're
to get
saying
rid of
that
the
to
car.
move on.
Yeah,
That's fucking bullshit.
I'm not going to get rid of
You. What a joke. Good job, mother of kids who you can make their lives better if you were actually willing to sacrifice for a little bit. Come on. What a joke. You disgust me right now.
Okay.
That pisses me off. That pisses me off. You have the easiest path to get towards this, and you could take it and accelerate $500 a month, a little more, maybe an extra $50 a month with car insurance towards your dad, pay off your dad. It'll be quicker. Fuck off.
This is a fun one. I get to get you free money, and then I get to get myself free money. It's a pure win-win for both of us. What do you have to do? Sign up for a SoFi High Yield Savings account and get a welcome bonus of $300. Sign up for Acorns using my link and get $20 instead of the usual $5. Finally, sign up for Silo and earn up to $5,000 in cash back on your own stocks. These offers have been negotiated to give us both more money than using traditional sign-up methods. So use the links in the resources section of the description below and get yourself $5,320 right now.
$50 in your checking account? Yeah, let's keep a $500 minimum monthly payment around that we can't afford when we have $50 in our checking account. That's smart. Good thing we don't have a family. Oh, wait. Spotify, $20. Did they raise prices or you got multiple people on there?
I have the family plan.
Timeforlearning.com,
That's my
Canva,
kid's school.
stopping in and getting some BS. You know what school is free? Public school. Klarna, we're Klarnaing things great. Welcome to the future, ladies and gentlemen. Zelling out to dad, $76. Coffee, Olipop drink, great. Coffee, my gosh, Lasers Coffee, Academy Sports. So not only do we have minimum monthly payments that we can't afford, we also put in here. Academy Sports, Cookout, Guild Vault Games, Dutch Bros, Arby's, McDonald's, Sushi, Bahama Bucks, fitness stuff. Probably Baskin Robbins, I'm assuming. More Klarna, great. Pull out your Klarna for me if you could. Zaxby's, more Klarna. Good, you deleted it?
Yeah, I don't use. That was the last
this is
thing.
insane. Whataburgers, Zaxby's, what a joke. What a joke. What a joke. There's your savings, $1,000. 401k, yeah, it's down to $579. What a me up. What are we doing? $7,200 comes in. Your rent is $2,000, you said?
Yeah.
What's your rent going to be when you move with him?
Like a grand-ish.
Okay. What's your utilities right now?
$350 total.
Minimum monthly payments is as much as your rent, $1,884.04. Food. You only have them every other week. I think we could do groceries at about $650 a month. Meal prep. I don't care if they like it. Doesn't matter. You're sacrificing phone bill.
$200.
Do you not own your phone right out? Mm-mm. When you do switch to Helium, if T-Mobile's good in your area,
Yeah, that's who I have.
then switch to Helium immediately because it's the same service. Gas, vroom, drive.
Like $300 a month.
Car insurance.
100.
Okay. TP fund, you and the kids, anything else you need to survive. They're not with you always, so it doesn't need to be crazy, but $125. Actually, no, let's do $200. Sorry. Medical, healthcare, insurance, copays for kids, prescriptions, anything. Gym? So you go to the gym, how much?
No, I don't pay for it.
So subscriptions, no. I'll give you $30 of subscriptions. Do you have any pets? How much for the horse a month? How much for the horse
I really
a month?
don't know. I don't know.
Think. Let's budget something for the horse.
Like, we'll say 75.
Any other pets?
No.
Good. Anything else that needs to be in your budget, speak now or it doesn't exist. Anything?
No.
In September you move in or August?
August, yeah.
So that's coming up soon.
Yes.
You need $5,789.04 to survive on a monthly basis, which gives you right now an extra $1,410.96. Get debt free so that we can live a less risky life with kids and we can set them up for success. So you've completely drained your college benefits, meaning that your kids are not going to get anything, correct?
Kids don't get anything anyway unless you're rated 100%.
For college?
Yeah.
Okay. $85,023. $85,023.94 of debt. $1,410 going smallest to largest. I do agree with that, but you can't purchase on any of them. That still takes 60 months now. That takes 5 years. 5 years is unacceptable. 5 years, you're 40, basically. But $85,230.94 divided by $2,410.96 is what you'll have left over after you move in with him. That takes 35 months. That is substantially better. That is 3 years. Not great, but better and acceptable. $85,023.94 divided by a total of $3,000, which is what you would have once you move in with him and didn't have a car payment. That is 28 months. That takes 2 years and 1 quarter. That sounds better for the sake of our children, for the sake of our family, for the sake of our potential marriage. That is what I would choose to do. And then you get your fully funded emergency fund. Then you start maxing out retirement because, oh boy, you got to catch up. You probably got to do about 30% to retirement, 20% to fund, 50% on needs. But that's what I would do. I would take all the money I save on rent, throw it towards debt. I would budget strictly. I would pay off my car and throw the monthly payment towards debt. Let's see if you actually do any of that on the follow-up channel.
Okay.
Guys, join us for the post show. Join Hammerly. It's the second largest membership on this whole platform for a reason, because it is the best on the platform. YouTube has told us that themselves. You can join us in the post show here in a little bit. We're going to bring in the boyfriend and we're going to digest everything that's happened here. Okay, we'll bring in my producers too because they have more information about them. Spending in a budget. Let's get your Hammer financial score. Spending in a budget, you overspent, so 0 out of 10. Your debt. Some of those loans are just horrific. I'll give you a 2 out of 10, just because at least you have a strong income and you have that thing coming, so it's like debt to your income situation. Emergency fund, there's 1,000, so 1 out of 10. Retirement just started, 1 out of 10. Real estate, 0 out of 10. It's going to be a Hammer financial score, rounded up 1 out of 10. Guys, make sure to join Dollarize Central. It is just a much lower cost, easier to access, where you get access to the premium version of our budgeting app, and you get access to all of our educational programs, plus all future ones that we make. So join that, go to dollarwise.com. Now go join us for the post show for an extra 20 minutes of this episode.
Caleb says on the show all the time, why are you getting married before you get your finances fixed?
Yeah. I love my car.
Okay, but if I say I'm not going to marry you until you're out of debt, so you can put that car over marriage?
Exclusive members content. Click the link in the description or pinned comment below and watch thousands of hours of extra and uncensored content.